Nearly over. Be finished soon. Finished! All done, all gone. 2020. Whew! Yeah, we'll be happy when it's over. I will be. Just today I tried to do a nice thing for a friend. Sounds like a big thing, really. Putting up a hot tub in the garden. I've got a big garden. It's communal, we share it. There's enough room for a hot tub. They've been sick and they wanted to get into hot water. And if they wanted to get into hot water, they thought, who better to ask than me? Because I seem to spend a lot of time very near the edge of hot water, in hot water, frantically treading water. So I said, yeah, we can make that all possible. She bought it, she ordered it. It arrived ahead of time. So brilliant, we could put it up. I put it up in the garden. I did the whole big air thing with the machine. I did the water thing with the hose pipe, filling brilliantly. Did all that. I did actually slightly overfill it, and then had a whole comedy situation with the siphoning. I found exactly the right bit of hose. It was all very karmic. Put it in and there I was down the garden, giving it some welly. Anyway, got it down to the right height, plugged it all in, and it started to do something, but it switched off. And it kept doing, like, over a 24-hour period, I must have tried like a dozen times, and it would come on, and it did start to heat it. It went from 9 degrees to 12 degrees between Friday and Saturday, and then and it didn't do very much, and it just kept going off. And I actually rigged up a little bit of reflective, I put a bit of my jacket out there, I hung some clothing out there actually, so that from the kitchen window I could see it flashing and reflecting, so I knew when it had gone off, and I'd look up every time. So very relaxing process filling this, because you're constantly aware that you've got to do. And it kept going off, and I'd restart it and do it again. And it wasn't just that the thing was going off, it was that the power supply, the battery cable extension, that was going off as well. So I had to re-kick that, and then re-kick that, and then re-kick the other. And it would go on, and it did get as high as 17 degrees by the Sunday afternoon. It hadn't been on all that time because it kept clocking off. And when I realised that for it to heat, well, I knew at the beginning it would take 18 hours. So it needed to be constantly on for 18 hours. So at a point in the evening where the 18-hour period was going to be in the middle of the night and there'd be nobody here to benefit from it, then I stopped obviously accelerating the heating process to make it stay on. But I've been on the YouTube, I've been on the forum, I've been in this, I've even emailed the company. I'm struggling. So I've let that go. I was on a friend's birthday Zoom chat just now, her 50th birthday, my lovely friend Mello. And I couldn't join. Of course, my bit of technology stopped working, just wasn't having it at all. And I had to ring. I just said, no, you can't see me, it's fine, I'll just leave, you can't see me, I can't see you. It's just, they can hear me, so they could hear me having my fucking hissy fit, my tantrum, saying, I'll just leave then. And one of our heroes of the group called me on his phone and was like, no, I'll connect you like this. And so held his phone at the laptop so I could see everybody else, because we're playing bingo, birthday bingo. I mean, it was so beautifully done. This is a 10 plus year relationship, and they're crafted it through all her friends with their children, questions that would be relevant to engage the children and the adults, and lovely. Lovely. But that was hard. And then I'm just in my kitchen now with my silver on and a bit of lippy, and I thought I'd keep talking. And of course, as soon as you say that, you stop talking and run out of things to say, don't you? So, oh yeah, I had a diagnosis recently. It's not what you think. It's not the old, What's the other one? I always forget the other one. Did you mention it already? Dementia. Yeah, no, it's not that one either. It's more fun than that, actually. I'm glad to say I've got a fun diagnosis. Yes, ADHD or ADD, depending on when you were first acknowledged in the process. And yes, obviously, bouncing off the walls for decades. Just, woo, yes, fun. And so, hyperactive, I completely agree with. But the coping things, I've actually got a lot more coping things than first might appear. Like, I've always had this Cinderella clock, which is obviously I'm waiting for my prince to rescue me from my drudgery life. More than that, it's the 12 o'clock significance. So in a day, in an evening, in a night time, if it's 12 o'clock, then in my head I say I have to be in bed. And I know, all the time of an evening, if I'm like, what time? It's 12 o'clock. And if I'm up after that, then I'm up late, and I need to compensate and catch up so I have enough sleep. And I always eat breakfast. Some kind of muesli, some kind of cereal, some kind of egg and toast thing. I always have a breakfast. And I think that has been one of my saving graces over my vast and beautiful existence, that has helped ground me in that way. Also, with the hyperactivity and spontaneous impulse reactions and realities, working with children, preschoolers, in a domestic environment, so in the home, as a nanny. So like being a parent, a proxy parent, it's changed over the 30 plus years that I've been looking after other people's children, or OPCs, as I like to call them. And yes. Flexible, I would say, very flexible. Dynamic, charismatic, charming, eloquent, expressive, and just a little bit cheeky. Just a little bit cheeky. Not too much. Just a little bit. Anyway, so I'm warming to this reality. I think I probably could do this more. Which over here a bit? Is that a better light? Is that just that way, or is it without the glasses? Because you don't need to see me. I mean, I don't need to see you. You need to see me, of course.